Alright, hey everybody, so this is going to be Breaks Video 2.0. I know yesterday's video was kind of messed up with the hamster voice and then the off voice with the computer screen. So I'm going to try to redo this again today. Hopefully it's a little bit better, a little bit more smooth, and I can actually finish the steps for you, and just so you can make sure that you are double checking your work and make sure it is right before you turn it in. So here we go. I'm going to start from the beginning. For those of you that maybe weren't here yesterday, same idea. I'm going to open the practice document located in the breaks link called Lesson 15 Practice Document. Make sure you enable editing on the document and perform a save as with the file location in your H drive and the file name breaks. Now some of you, I always use Google Chrome, so that's why it pops up for me, enable editing. If you use Microsoft Word, it's going to ask you to go to edit or go to file, edit this document. It's a little bit different. So I have to click enable editing like this. But let's say you're in Internet Explorer. Some of you like to use Internet Explorer more than Google Chrome. So same idea. You're going to go ahead, open up the breaks, go to Lesson 15 Practice Document, click Open File, and now when you're in Word, some of you get this issue. You'll wait for a second for it to download, where you get this kind of layout. You get File, Tools, and View. For this one, because it's in Internet Explorer, you have to go to View and Edit Document. So it depends if you're in Google Chrome or if you're in Internet Explorer, how you have to go about to get started editing the document. So that's just for Internet Explorer right there. Alright, step 2. Enable the show hide command on the document so that you can see your page breaks. Some of you were not doing this yesterday, so you had no idea what the heck the page break was, or you were just deleting random stuff and getting it all messed up. Again, to enable your page breaks, or sorry, your show hide command, it's this little backwards P right up here, kind of looks like a pi symbol even. Click on that, and there's your page breaks. Insert a page break on page 3 so that the heading, updated chain of command, moves down one page with the table on page 4. So I'm going to page 3. As you can see down here in the left, it tells me what page I'm on. Here we go right here, updated chain of command. I'm going to go to page layout, click on breaks, and click page. And there it goes, it moves down to page 4. Next up, on page 2, delete the page break so that the 2 paragraphs on page 3 move up to page 2. Alrighty, let's go back up here. This is the page break on page 2 wants me to delete. I want these paragraphs to be associated with these other 2 paragraphs. So all I have to do is come over here, hit the backspace key one more time to make it look even, and now it's all on page 2. Insert a page break on page 3 after monthly review, moving the heading down to page 4. Let's find monthly review. Here we go right here. Now if you were unable to understand why this is happening like I did yesterday, it's because each of these have that Title 1, I believe, font style, because they're kind of an important aspect in themselves, so they need to have their own page. So I'm going to go ahead, click on breaks, go down a page, and then we are set again. It's on its own page, monthly review. Delete the page break on page 4, moving the table database web applications up from page 5. Okay, so again, I want this table to be with this table, and don't worry about the words if they're kind of looking like they're going behind the numbers. That's okay, that's just the way this document came when we opened it. So go ahead, this is the page break we have to delete on page 4. Delete it, one more backspace, and then we are all set for this to be under monthly review. Insert a page break before the heading Client's Overview, moving the section to page 5. Alright, so we're back here. Make sure you put your cursor in front of the word Client's Overview or in front of any word in that place where you want a page break to happen. I'm going to go to Design Page Layout, still there, ready. Click on Page, and it automatically moves it down for me. I have a page break right there. This is number 8 is where we kind of got confused yesterday, but most of you, as I was going around, did really well on this, so good job for those of you that were able to get this down. And I messed up with the video, so I'm part to blame for it as well. But number 8, insert a multi-level list on page 1 under January 2013. That includes all headings using the font style as heading 1 on level 1, and all headings using the font style heading 3 on level 2. Okay, so what this meant was these blue ones right here, like executive summary is one, updated chain of commands another one, Monthly revenue is another one. Client's overview is the last one. Those all have, if you go to the Home tab, a heading 1 font style. So with that being said, when you go up here to insert your bulleted list, hit enter, go up here to my bulleted list, every heading 1 font style should be in level 1. So what I mean by that is, for first of all, executive summary, this right here is a level 1. If I hit enter and hit tab, that is now a level 2. So the level 2s belong to any of the font styles with a heading 3. So that's all we were talking about there. So it's okay if it looks like this with this kind of font. It's just trying to match up this font style to make sure you have it at level 1. And I'll talk more about that in just a second. Again, if you want to get out of this demotion and promote it, you got to go to Shift, hold down the Shift key, and click on Tab, and it'll go back to a promotion level 1. So next one up is updated chain of command, because it's a heading 1 font style. So now I'm just going to go ahead and start copying this. Also, yesterday some of you kind of messed up with when you were pasting this. I tried to mention in the video, you cannot use merge list because it's going to keep it exactly the same as when you copied it. And you can't click don't merge list because, again, it's not going to do what we want it to do. You got to keep it as text only. So the third option, have the big A, it'll make it look exactly the same as the executive summary one above it. So click on that, hit enter, go back down to the next one, which I believe is monthly review. Copy, go back up to the top. Again, when I paste it, make sure you click on the third paste option, keep text only. Click on that. Now, talking about those level 2s. In this monthly review section, you have 2 subsections. You have by client and you have data web-based applications. So with that being said, by client, if I click on it, it is a heading 3. So this should be level 2, which means this should be demoted. Same thing with database web applications. It is also a heading 3 and should be demoted. So all that simply means is I'm going to come up here under monthly review, I'm going to hit the enter key, and then I'm going to hit tab to demote it. So there's that. Come back down here, can highlight it, no problem. Copy, come back up here, and simply paste it using the keep text only. Hit enter, keep it that way because I have another demotion of data web application. Copy, back up to the top. Oops, excuse me. Make sure if it jumps around that you get back to that spot because sometimes it may do that. Keep text only, we are good. Now, I do not have any more little subsections under monthly review. So I have by client, database web applications, and then it jumps back to a title or heading 1 font style, which means this should be level 1. So if I go back to the top, go at the end here, hit enter. Remember, it automatically wants to keep going at level 2, so you have to hold down the shift key, hit tab, and it'll be back to promoted. So then I can type in here, I already forgot the name, client overview, go ahead and copy that. Now that you just saw, client overview has another little subsection underneath it. Make sure you keep the third text only. Hit enter. I'm going to hit tab because I saw one little level 2. Let's see here. There it is, new clients. It's a subsection in the client's overview. And go ahead, hit, let's see here, paste it, and now you are all set. So that is what I want your multi-level list to look like. If it doesn't look like that, you might have to redo it because it should be looking exactly like this. And I know my video yesterday kind of messed that up, but this is all I needed to be completed. Alright, next step. Step 8's a long one. Number 9, add hyperlinks to each heading in their table of contents that when clicked will take me to the appropriate place in the document. The hyperlink color should all be set to blue accent 2. Okay, let's first start adding the hyperlinks. Most of you did really well at this yesterday, so I'm going to go ahead and just do it real quick. So when you have to add a hyperlink, you only want to highlight the area that you want the hyperlink to be clicked on. So for example, executive summary. Well, then I'm going to go to Insert, click on Links, and then go ahead and go to Hyperlink. Now remember, we talked about existing file or web page, a place in this document, create a new document, or an email address. We want this to go to somewhere in this document. So this nicely pops up for you automatically. We highlighted Executive Summary. You click on it right here, Executive Summary, and click OK. It should turn yellow. That means you're doing the right thing. Next up, Updated Chain of Command. Highlight that. I'm already in my links. Click on Hyperlink. Simply click on Updated Chain of Command and click OK. Once you do it the first time, it stays in the same area because it probably thinks you want to keep working there, so it keeps it nice and easy for you. Monthly review, same thing. By client, hyperlink, click on by client, click OK. Database web applications, hyperlink, database web applications. Make sure you stay in this place in this document. There we go. Client's overview, hyperlink, client's overview, new clients, hyperlink, new clients, and click OK. Now just to check to make sure that they're actually working, I would just hold down the control key and click on the new clients, and if it takes you there, your hyperlink works perfectly fine. So you will be all set with that. Now to change the font color of them, simply just got to highlight that, go home, font colors, blue accent 2. Remember, some of you were trying to click on blue accent 2, darker 25%. Just because you see blue accent 2 does not mean that's the correct answer. You have to make sure you find the exact thing it's asking for. In this case, it just wants blue accent 2, which is right there, blue accent 2. So we're all set with that. Remember, it turns gray because I clicked on it, so don't worry about that. Step number 10, change the font of the title document, Westbrook Parker Monthly Report, to Britannic Bold. Most of you did really well at this, but this is what I want to be changed. Font style, let's go to the B's, Britannic Bold is right here. Click on that, and we're all set. On page 5, define a new bullet for the bulleted list using a picture of your choice. So go down to page 5. Let's keep scrolling. This is that bulleted list. Now I want every single one of them to have the same picture. So I'm going to highlight all of them. I'm going to go to my little bullets here. I'm going to click on Define New Bullet. I'm going to select Picture. It's going to load up for me. Clip art. Let's do football. Actually, the Tigers made the playoffs, so we're going to do baseball. And this one's alright. Click Insert. Click OK. And now we're all set. Your picture may be different from mine, that's fine, but as long as you get the idea of how to insert a picture for a bullet, that's what I'm going for. Number 12. We had some confusion with number 12. Add the perspective contrasting right picture effect to the picture on page 2. Now the one thing I didn't tell you was this is a 3D effect, so that's why I wouldn't be able to find it so easily. So it is a 3D perspective contrasting right. What do I mean by that? Find the picture on page 2. Here we go. Click on the format up here. I'm going to go to my picture effects, and it is a 3D rotation. Here is the parallel section, here is the perspective section, and here is the oblique section. I want perspective contrasting right. So it's in here somewhere. There we go. Perspective contrasting right. There it is. So good job if you got it like that. I know it's a little bit difficult, but when you're looking through these, you simply can just hover over them and look for the correct names. Outer, inner, perspective, maybe it was in here. But I don't think it was because these names aren't going what we want. But as you can see, they all have reflection variations, glow variation, so it's not going to be in there. Soft edges, talks about points, bevel, just a different kind of bevels. And in 3D rotation, you have parallel, perspective, and oblique. So if you ever see oblique, you're going to probably want to go to 3D rotation. But again, we want perspective contrasting right there. Number 13, adjust the paragraph spacing both before and after to 5 points for all 6 paragraphs on page 2. Now I think we're still getting confused about this, but here's page 2. I'm highlighting all the paragraph, all the information. Alrighty. Now I got to click on my little paragraph section in the home tab on the paragraph chisel. General indentation spacing is what I'm looking for right here. It says both before and after to 5 points for all 6 paragraphs. So I want, here's before set to 5. I want after to be set to 5 as well. Click OK. And there you go. It makes that nice little change. Step 14, adjust the line spacing to exactly 13 points for all 6 paragraphs on page 2. Alright, so I'm still here. Now I got to go back to my paragraph chisel. Some of you yesterday were sitting here clicking on this, trying to get it all the way up to 13, and then when you clicked OK, you saw this huge spaces between your paragraphs. That's because you had the 13 part right, but this line spacing has sections also. You have single, you have 1.5, you have double, you have at least, and you have the one that we're going to probably use for sure, which is exactly. So you click on that, you're going to highlight this, turn it to 13, and click OK. So make sure you make this change to exactly. That's what it's asking for. And then you are all set there. Number 15, place the blue accent 2 picture border on the picture on page 1 using a 3-point border width. So we kind of did this for our startup yesterday. This shouldn't be too bad. Where's my picture? It's right here. I want a blue accent 2 picture border. So go to Format. You're all pretty familiar with picture effects. We then have Convert to Smart Art Graphic. And then right here, we have our picture border. So where is the blue accent 2? Right here. Now, I changed it to blue accent 2 for the border, but I have to go with the weight to make sure I get it to 3 points. So go to Weight, select 3-point border, and you are all set. Let's see here, number 16. Place a blue accent 2 3D page border around the entire document using a 3-point width. Okay, this one is something new we haven't really gone over yet, so I'm going to show you guys how to do it real quick. You're going to go to the, I believe it is Design tab. Just got to click on the page. See, if you click on this, you're not going to be able to select it. Just make sure you click up here on the top of it. And you're going to go over here to the far right and click on Page Borders. This little box pops up. Now it says I want a 3D page border. So as you can see over here, you have none, you have box, you have shadow, and then right here you have 3D. So that's a name you're going to want to be using. It says you want a 3-point width. So I'm going to click on 3-point width, and I believe the color was a little bit different. Blue accent 2, same blue accent 2. So come back over here. I think it's this top one. Make sure you're not picking blue accent 2, lighter 40%. And that you're finding the correct name, blue accent 2. You can see what's happening right here, how it's going to look after you click OK. And then you are all set. There is your border around the whole document. Number 17, insert a hyperlink on page 1 using the text Westbrook Parker that will take me to www.gcflearnfree.org. This link should be set to white. Alright, so some of you might have put the hyperlink attached to this Westbrook Parker heading, which is fine. I'm glad that you made the hyperlink work. But when you turn this to white, you couldn't see it anymore. So I'm guessing that's what we didn't want to do. We wanted to do it right here to this Westbrook Parker down here. So I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to click on hyperlink. Now, I'm going to leave place in this document because I don't want to go in this document. I want to go to a web page. So I'm going to click Existing File or Web Page. So this is how this works. You have the address to the website that you entered down here, and you have the text that you wanted to display up here. Well, since we highlighted it, it's going to take that text. Down here, if you simply go to my GCF Learn, you can highlight it, right-click, copy it, come over here, and paste it. Now, the big issue that happened yesterday is when you did this, exactly like this, which you were on the right track, it didn't work when you clicked on it. If I click OK, I come over here, unable to open www.gcflearn.org.com. Cannot download the information you requested. If this happens, right-click on it, highlight it again, go to your edit hyperlink. The reason it's not doing that is because of this period at the end right here. That period right there, you got to delete it. Once you delete it, click OK, try it again, and there it goes. It opened for me. I know it's weird that that little simple period won't allow it to work, but just got to make sure you have only the web address and not my extra information I put into the Edmodo page. So there's that for you. Let's go back to our steps. Make sure you turn this one white like it was when we first started. There we go. It's gray because of the click that I just made on it. Number 8. Okay, so we made it. The last step. On page 5, change the SmartArt graphic layout to circle arrow process. Now, yesterday some of you did a great job with this. You were able to do some digging and figure out exactly how this layout needs to look like by simply looking for the name of the document. Some of you, went to this design tab and you started playing around with where could this possibly be. You went to format, couldn't find it, then you went to design, something new, this design tab, and still some of you were able to find it, so awesome job to you. If we got confused about this, we've never seen it, I completely understand, but what you want to do is click on this so you can get the design tab open. You're going to go to change layout, and in here you can see there are a ton of layouts. These are the most popular ones. If I go to more layouts, it brings up everything. There is these pages of layouts. You have list, you have process, you have cycle, you have hierarchy, you have relationship, matrix, pyramid, picture. There's just the list goes on, and no lie, it's going to take you a while to find the right name. So all I can really say to you is look at what the name is asking, a circle arrow process, and when you go to the layout, and if you have to go to, I would start looking at stuff with circles in it. Vertical equation, circular bending process, so we're getting closer, anything with a circle in it. Ascending picture, accent, funnel, go to more layouts. Maybe if I click on cycle, because a cycle is kind of like a circle, I have basic cycle, text cycle, multi-directional cycle, radial cycle, radial Venn, cycle matrix. Oh, here we go. Circle arrow process. So click on that. Again, the name matches exactly up with the description. Click OK, and you are all set with that. Again, for those of you that found it, awesome job. If not, this is what your final document's going to look like. Just make sure you have the blue border, 3-point weight, you have this graphic layout. Your document looks exactly like this, and then you will be set. Now, if you want to turn off all those little black words P's, simply click on this, and that's what your document should look like when you turn it in. Nice, even, way better than what it looked like when you first opened it, and you guys were able to do it just using Microsoft Word. So good job. Just turn it in, and you'll be all set.